Hey, what's up guys? This is Roughneck FIFA, and today I have just my first impressions video of FIFA 14. So as you can see on the screen here, this is the squad that I managed to build for myself just for the early access. And it's a pretty decent team. We have Kevin De Bruyne, Eto, Torres, and Andre Schürrle. Those are sort of the key players to the team. And Kevin De Bruyne really turns out to be a really quality player that I'd actually really recommend anybody try. And this here is the team that we come up against in our first match. I don't know how the fuck somebody already has a team like this. Like, look at Neymar, Hazard, Benzema, Dani Alves. That is insane. But anyways, getting into my first impressions. Actually, first of all, I'd just like to say, if you see that created by Sony Vegas Pro, little icon on the screen, I do apologize for that. I am currently using the Sony Vegas Pro 12 trial version, just to see if I do actually like the software. So once again, I do apologize if you see that popping up throughout the video. And now to get on to the game. So the first thing I want to say about the game is that it is not perfect. I do think that it is a lot better than FIFA 13, but in my opinion anyways, FIFA 13 was kind of a piece of shit. I thought it was terrible, and it would be hard to be worse than it. But one main thing is that a lot of you guys like me probably tried out the demo and thought it, well, wasn't that great. I personally did not like the demo that much for FIFA 14, and I'm happy to say that the full version of this game is much, much better than the demo. It feels, I guess, more fluid would be the way to describe it. It just feels a lot more natural, I guess. And a big sort of problem with the FIFA 14 demo was that finesse shots were extremely overpowered. Like, you could score finesse shots from just about anywhere. And I've played, I'd say, roughly 10 games of Ultimate Team so far, and about 5 games of Seasons. And finesse shots are still pretty good. However, I don't think that they are quite as overpowered, but they are definitely still a very good shot. Not as overpowered as, if you would remember, in FIFA 12, they were just ridiculously overpowered in that game. I don't think it's that bad, but I would say they're just a good shot now. They're a good shot to take from certain angles. Near post OP, I don't even think I've scored a near post goal as of yet, which I'm really happy about because I don't know about you guys, but near post OP shots were just, oh my god, they caused a few broken controllers. I'll just leave it at that. Another thing is that the graphics in this game, in my opinion, are really, really good. They just look, it's just like every year with FIFA. The graphics just take a step up every single year, which is always good to see, and I'm pretty sure that this is just about as good as it can get on the current gen consoles, which is why I am super excited for the next gen consoles, because I think that the graphics, the gameplay, I think just everything is going to be unreal on the next gen consoles. One concern that I do actually have with this game is, well, there's a few. One is through balls. Through balls seem pretty overpowered, actually. But at the same time, that is sort of almost cancelled out by the fact that pace is not overpowered. I got in a pack, actually, Inform Aubameyang, who has 95 pace, just insane pace. And while he is a strong player to use, he's definitely a good player that I've enjoyed using. He's got a fair number of goals, a fair number of assists, and has definitely played well. If that card was in FIFA 13, it would just be an incredible card just because of that pace. But in this game, if he gets past a defender, he's gone because he has that pace, but he can't just sprint straight through everybody like he would have in FIFA 13, which is what the big difference for me is with the whole pace issue. Pace is still a very valuable asset for a player to have. It's just not the only important part of a player. So keep that in mind. Pace is still important, but I would say probably equally as important as strength now. Strength seems very important, which is why center backs such as Matt Hummels, he's an absolute beast in this game. He has good enough pace to keep up with most strikers. He's amazing in the air and just gets stuck in those tackles so well. I think he has something like 93 strength. I could be wrong on that, but he definitely has good strength, and you can really tell that in the game because he does a great job of really just bullying the attackers, which is just fantastic. So the gameplay that you're watching right here is actually the first game that I played of FIFA 14 in the early access. And unfortunately, things don't necessarily go my way in the game, but I think it was a really fun game to play. I haven't had a game yet, even if I've lost the game, I haven't had a game yet where it's just been really, really annoying, basically. I haven't had a game that gets me really pissed off yet, which is good, and I'm sure that will change. I'm sure that, throughout the course of the game, there will be things that make us all really mad and that we will be complaining about by the time that FIFA 15 is rolling around. However, I definitely think that it won't be as bad as FIFA 13, because FIFA 13 was it just wasn't a very good game in my opinion. It started off really well, people were playing good football in it, and then it just kind of went to crap because of the pace, to be honest. That's really what ruined it. And near post OP, and coin sellers, and all that terrible stuff. But anyways, there's not a whole lot else to say about this game, about the actual gameplay itself, that is. But now to talk about the EA servers. They're a bit of a piss off as usual. I mean, you all know how bad the EA servers are, and I wouldn't say that that has changed at all in this game. In Ultimate Team, I have a record something like 10-4, something along those lines, and 2 of those losses are games that I was winning and then just got disconnected from EA. So that is definitely irritating, but I don't think it's going to change anytime soon with these games, just because EA, their servers just aren't good. I don't know why a company of that magnitude, if that's even the right word, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how they haven't basically gotten better servers by now, because people have been complaining about them across all their games for a long time, because they're not good servers. I mean, there are worse servers out there, but EA should not be proud of their servers, and it doesn't seem like they've done anything to make them better. But I will give them credit, because they have done a lot of stuff to this game that, in my opinion, does make it a lot better, and I think will make the lifespan of the game a lot longer, I guess, make it more enjoyable for a longer amount of time. I mean, the things that they've done to career mode look fantastic, with the whole global scouting networks and everything. I don't typically play a ton of career mode, but this year I'm definitely thinking of playing a lot more of it, because it just looks like a really fun game mode that you can go to a team, get involved in it right from the start, and carry that team all the way through to the end of till the end of the run of FIFA 14, and I think it'll just be really exciting to kind of pick up a middle or even lower tier team in the world and kind of try and bring them up and make them a dominant force in the world football. So I think that is definitely something I'm looking forward to. Another thing that looks really, really fun to me personally is co-op seasons. I really enjoy seasons. So far, I think I actually prefer the seasons gameplay more than the Ultimate Team gameplay. But they are both really good. But I think I prefer the seasons so far, and I have a few friends that play FIFA, just FIFA and pretty much nothing else, just like I do. And we've always played pro clubs together and stuff like that, which we will still in this game for sure. But I think that co-op seasons just will make so much more good times on FIFA. I think that's just going to be a really fun game mode to just kick back, relax with a friend, and just play some FIFA. I think that's going to be a really good game mode that a lot of people are really going to enjoy, including myself. Another thing is that this is something that a lot of people probably won't care about, but something that excites me very much is that in the EA Sports catalog, EA Sports Football Club catalog, whatever it is that they call it, you can now actually unlock retro boots, which I think is incredible. They have some of my all-time favorite boots in there, which I'm just really excited about. I don't think you can use them in game modes like Ultimate Team, but I'm sure you can use them in pro clubs, and I know you can use them if you're playing like online friendlies with your friends and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just a nice little thing that EA have put in there. There's another, well, no, there's really not a whole lot else to talk about, to be honest. Just really that it is a really good game. If you guys don't have the early access and you weren't positive if you're going to get it or not, I would highly, highly recommend you get it. It really is a terrific game. There's just so much new stuff from FIFA 13. The gameplay is way better. Actually, that is another thing I wanted to talk about. The difference between Ultimate Team gameplay and Seasons gameplay. Because in the past, Seasons has been extremely slow and has gotten pretty boring pretty quickly in a game. So a lot of people haven't really been excited to play it because it just honestly wasn't that exciting of a game mode to play. And Ultimate Team has always, I think most people have agreed that it was always too fast. It was almost too arcadey. And obviously that also led into pace being way overpowered because the gameplay was just so fast. And now they slowed down Ultimate Team and they sped up Seasons. Seasons is still slightly slower than Ultimate Team, but it is a lot closer to Ultimate Team. And they're both, I would say, the perfect game speeds for what the game mode is supposed to be. Because Ultimate Team is supposed to provide that more almost arcadey kind of feel, that more fast-paced, end-to-end kind of exciting gameplay. And Seasons is supposed to offer a more realistic battle of possession kind of gameplay. And obviously, you can play that way in Ultimate Team, and you can play, end-to-end in Seasons. But I think that that's just sort of the way that the game modes are more geared towards. And I think that the speeds that they're at right now are absolutely perfect. Just wonderful. And now, actually, that goal that you'd have just seen on the screen has reminded me that that is something that I think we will be complaining about by the end of the run of FIFA 14 is heading. Heading seems extremely overpowered so far. I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at defending them, because I know I am really bad at defending things like corners, because I always concede them, and I rarely score them. Except for in the FIFA 14 demo, because headers were OP as shit in that game. But in this game, heading does seem overpowered. And even I, who am really bad at scoring headers, has benefited from it. I just get it to Informal Aubameyang, do a 1-2, get past, cross it in to Lewandowski, and he just nods it home 7 or 8 times out of 10. It's not like every single header is a goal, but it's probably more than it should be, especially given sometimes you get a player that's like almost a foot shorter than the center back, and they just out-jump them and head it in. It's like, really, EA? Really? Is this for real? But, it's EA, so not much else you can expect from that. But overall, my impressions of this game are, my first impressions of this game rather, they're just really good. I really enjoy this game. I stayed up for hours last night playing this game with my friend. I think we ended up playing for like 12 hours almost. What am I talking about? It wasn't 12 hours, it was like 6 hours. Excuse me for that. But yeah, it's just a really, really fun game that you can just spend hours on, just playing all the different game modes. And I haven't even touched a lot of the game modes. I haven't played co-op seasons yet. I haven't played pro clubs yet. I've barely touched skill games yet. It's just Ultimate Team and Seasons are so enjoyable this year. Even just the standard kickoff mode is fun. If you just want to kick back and play a game on there, where it really doesn't matter how you do, you just want to relax and play a good game. Anyways, that does bring us close to the end of this gameplay that's going on, and unfortunately, as you can see, I am down 3-2. I do end up losing 3-2, but I still had a lot of fun playing the game. It was a really enjoyable game. It was just, I was on the edge of my, well, at the edge of my couch the whole game. It was just really, really fun to play. And if this game was FIFA 13, I'd probably be beating the shit out of like a, I don't even know, like a rag doll or something. I don't know, but I would be pretty pissed basically if I was losing like this. But in this game, and it could just be because it is so early, so I'm just still having fun with it. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time.